There are four ways to make money in this world. And right now, you are probably stuck in the worst two. So let me show you. Robert Kiyosaki breaks this down into what he calls the cash flow quadrant. Four boxes, four types of people. And where you are right now determines whether you will ever be rich or you will die broke. So most people never even know these boxes exist. They just work, struggle, hope things get better, and wonder why they are always broke, no matter how they hustle. So let me break it down for you. The E quadrant represents employee. You have a job, you trade time for money, your boss controls your income, you show up, you get paid. When you don't show off, you don't eat. It is simple, safe, but trapped. So the S represents self-employed quadrant. You are a business, freelancer, trader, consultant, doctor, or a lawyer. You make more money than employees. You have more freedom. You feel successful. But here is the trap. You are still trading time for money. When you stop working, your money stops. And when you get sick, your income dies. When you take a break, then everything falls apart. You are not a business owner. You own a job and that job owns you. And this is where most hustlers get stuck. They think they are winning because they are making money, but they are on a treadmill. When it stops running, you fall apart. Now, here is where it gets interesting, which is the B quadrant. Represents business. You own a system, you have a people, you have processes. That business runs whether you are there or not. You can disappear for 6 months and come back, and that business is still making money. So that's the freedom I'm talking about. And the I quadrant represents investor. Your money makes money. You don't work, your capital works. For example, stocks, real estate, businesses, crypto, and whatever. You wake up richer than you went to sleep. Not because you worked, because your assets worked. And this is the end game. So now, here is what Robert teaches that most people miss. Poor and middle class people live on the left side of the quadrant. That's E and employee and self-employed. They work hard, they trade time for money, and they never escape. But rich people live on the right side of the quadrant, B and I. That's business and investment. Their system and their money do the work. So the question is, where am I right now? Honestly, I'm in the S quadrant. This is the key. I'm not saying, I'm not staying here. Right now, I'm building skills, learning patterns, testing strategies, making mistakes, and getting better. But my goal is move to I quadrant. That's investors quadrant. Build a trading system that is so sharp, so tested, so refined that it is generating returns with minimal time input. That's when I scale. That's when time stops being my limitation. And that is when I go from thousands, millions to billions. Because in the I quadrant, there is no ceiling. The lesson, this lesson is not about employees as truths. The lesson is know which quadrant you are and have a plan to move right. Most people will spend 40 years in the quadrant. That's the employee quadrant. Retire broke, wonder what happened. Some people will grind in their quadrant their whole life, make a decent money, but never be free. I'm not doing that. I'm treating this like a game, and I'm moving to the winning side. So ask yourself right now, which quadrant are you in? The E quadrant, employee, the S quadrant, self-employed, the B quadrant, business, or the quadrant, investors quadrant. And more importantly, do you have a plan to move right? Or are you just hoping things change magically. So now drop your quadrant in the comment section and let's see where everyone's at. And if you are serious about moving from the left quadrant to the quadrant, follow this account because I'm documenting the entire move in real time.